All things Randi at RandiRhodes.com.
Go for launch.
Speaking truth to power, the Randi Rhodes Show.
Okay, so this is Kareem Khan. He is the lead prosecutor at The Hague. And here is the first portion of his press conference.
On the basis of evidence collected and examined and analyzed by my office, I have reasonable grounds to believe that 3 senior leaders of Hamas, Yahya Sinwar, Mohammed Daif, and Ismail Haniyeh, bear criminal responsibility for the following international crimes committed on the territory of Israel and the State of Palestine from at least the 7th of October 2023. Extermination as a crime against humanity. Murder as a crime against humanity and as a war crime. The taking of hostages as a war crime. Rape and other acts of sexual violence during captivity as crimes against humanity and as war crimes. Torture during captivity as a crime against humanity and as a war crime. Other inhumane acts during captivity as a crime against humanity. Cruel treatment during captivity as a war crime. And outrages upon personal dignity during captivity as a war crime. These crimes were committed in the context of the ongoing armed conflict detailed in the applications and as part of a widespread and systematic attack against the civilian population of Israel by Hamas and other armed groups. My office submits that there are reasonable grounds to believe that these 3 Hamas leaders are criminally responsible for the killing of Israeli civilians in attacks perpetrated by Hamas and other armed groups on the 7th of October 2023, the taking of hostages, and the other crimes alleged in our applications. My office has diligently collected evidence and interviewed survivors and eyewitnesses at the scene of at least 6 major attack locations. The applications rely upon evidence such as CCTV footage, authenticated audio, photographs and video material, expert evidence, and statements by Hamas and the members of other armed groups, including by the alleged perpetrators themselves.
Oh, but the American left says, they had it coming. Okay, so that's the Hamas side of the war crimes, right? That's extermination, murder, hostage taking, sexual torture, rape. Yeah, all of that. And extermination, okay, as war crimes. What about the Israeli side of the war crimes?
I can also confirm today that I have reasonable grounds to believe, on the basis of evidence collected and examined by my office, that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Minister of Defense Yoav Gallant bear criminal responsibility for the following international crimes committed on the territory of the State of Palestine from at least the 8th of October 2023. The crimes include starvation of civilians as a method of warfare, willfully causing great suffering, serious injury to body or health or cruel treatment, willful killing or murder, and intentionally directing attacks against a civilian population, as well as crimes against humanity of extermination and or murder, persecution, and allegations of crimes of committing other inhumane acts. It's alleged that these crimes were committed in the context of the ongoing armed conflict and as part of a widespread and systematic attack against the civilian population of Gaza, pursuant to a state policy. Unfortunately, these crimes continue to this day.
Choose a side, everybody. Choose a side. Let's do that. Let's take the most intractable problem that there has ever been on this planet, the Middle East peace problem. And let's choose a side based on what the social media influencers are telling you to do. Let's do that. Without even understanding anything at all about the crimes, about the situation there, about who's doing what to whom and how long this has been going. I told you this was going to go to The Hague, and I told you they were both going to be called. All right? Didn't I say this? But, oh no, like, here's a really, really, really base, like lowest common denominator example of what goes on social media, just so you know why social media is screwing up everybody's ability to conduct themselves with independent thought and analysis. Okay. So I think it was in the New York Times. I put it in the homework today so you could look at it. It's in the lifestyle section, which of course is the lifestyle section. However, it is an article about how prepubescent boys, yes, prepubescent boys, who are dreading the awful stench of puberty, are being influenced by social media influencers to believe that very expensive perfume, unisex perfume, or colognes are something they need to get mom and dad to buy for them. You have these influencers who are like 12 years old, all over Instagram, all over TikTok, okay? Telling people, okay, I'm going to try like P. Diddy's, bomb fragrance, okay? I'm going to try it. Psst. Whoa! Peppery, very peppery with a note, I swear to God, with a note of tonka. And then after the dry down, no, I'm not kidding. They're talking about cologne, $100 bottles of cologne, maybe even more expensive colognes, okay? As if they were wine connoisseurs, because that is what the influencers are telling prepubescent boys they need to be concerned with. Same thing's going on with very young girls, with elementary school-aged girls are now totally into skincare. I'm not kidding. It's a thing. Totally into skincare, anti-wrinkle and retinol agent, okay? Things like that. Because somebody on TikTok has decided to target them with an influencing message to make them, I don't know, loyal customers for the rest of their lives, get them when they're young. It's sort of the cigarettes of today. Why do I bring that up? Well, one, it's disgusting, but two, because that's what's going on in American politics as well. That is what is going on. People were told to choose a side in what is a race to extermination, a race to, it's a war of attrition, like whoever last man standing gets this land. And this has been going on for a really, really long time. But because of the lovely, influencers who don't wish us well from countries like, Russia and Iran, China, etc., you were told to choose a side. And some of you actually did. So I'm going to send you skincare for your kids. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to randyrhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.